So guys, today we've got these. Oh, must be nearly Easter. So these are specially selected for rhubarb and custard flavour hot cross buns. Buns, put your teeth in. 1 a penny, 2 a penny. I know you sang along at home. So we have got a traffic light system on the front. Fat 2.4, saturates 1.0. Sugars 14.1, salt 0.34 grams. What have we got there? 787 kilojoules and 186 kcal. Doesn't actually say per serving, does it? Doesn't actually say per serving, which I thought it would have done. I'll put a picture of that on all the nutritional or unnutritional, depending on what it is, at the end of this video. So first thing we're going to do is get them open. I've got some bog standard farm foods top of the range clover to spread on this. I know some people like jam and treat them like scones or scones, but I don't. I just tend to have butter. Get the right knife, there we go. So we'll just cut this in half straight away. Now before I butter it, let's just look at the appearance. It's not a perfect round, but more than acceptable for me to consume. You can see there's plenty of fruit hanging about the place. All the way round, it does have a yellow tinge to it, potentially the custard type flavour. It does feel quite firm to the touch, to be honest, but we'll see. Now it's sliced open. The fruit that you can see at the edge that lures you in, there's not quite so much fruit inside, but I'm sure it'll be lovely. Stop putting a downer on it. So we'll get the butter if the lid allows me. Thought we were going to have a fight, me and the clover then. Now, do we have the top or the bottom? Which do you prefer? When you have an hot cross bun, are you having the bottom piece first, then the top, vice versa? Not interested, just bite it raw. I prefer the bottom because, I'll tell you why, I'm greedy and it feels more dense than the top. So if somebody offered me the top or the bottom, potentially I would pick the bottom thinking it's going to fill my fat belly a little bit more than it would if I had the top piece. But to be fair, the top piece is normal. I can feel something hanging out there. Saved it. We'll be having that in a minute. I feel like the top piece has more flavour than the bottom overall. It does feel quite firm, you know. Now, I'm interested in this. That my initial thought of that is that it was a raisin, but looking closer, it's got a grain into it, which would suggest that that's a piece of rhubarb. And that's because that's a piece of rhubarb. Let's give it a go. Managed to miss every single bit of fruit in that bite. Quite tasty though, a little bit dry, but they are tasty. I can see there's some fruit here. They're not bad. They're not amazing, but they're not bad. So they were from Aldi. It was an impulse buy. I didn't plan to buy it. I just saw them and thought, oh my God, that must mean Easter's on its way. So I thought I'd try it. It is softer in the middle. The outside is pretty firm though. I'm going to try this part now off the bottom to see if it is more dense. I'm going to look at that fruit there. It's got my name on it, that bit. So if you get a mouthful of the fruit, it's a bit strange, right? Because the fruit is nice and soft and juicy and it looks like rhubarb, potentially, and obviously it's not bright red, but it looks like rhubarb in appearance. But it doesn't, it just tastes like raisins more than anything. can't get a flavour of custard anywhere. I think because they've coloured it yellow, and you see the colouring, I think they've coloured it yellow and your mind goes, it's got custard in it. I can't taste any custard in it, I'll be honest with you, but still taste all right. I'm not, you know, give them a go. Let me know in the comments what you think. They're not bad, but I wouldn't rush out and buy them. What we're going to give them on points, I'm going to say, for me today, it's a 5 out of 10. Ooh. Until the next one. Oh, just before I do go, don't forget, I'll put all the nutritional information at the end of the video. Until the next one. Cheery bye.
Hi, I am FoodDude. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. I would really appreciate that very much.